Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, we will learn how to create these droplets and you can use it on any surface in Blender. So without wasting any time, let's get started. I'll also turn on the screencast keys so that you can see whatever I press on the bottom left corner. Over here, I have a simple can model. I downloaded this from Sketchfab and shout out to Anthony for this model. All right. Uh, I'm showing this on a Red Bull can model. You can do it with any can or any object, and I'll just show you the basics of how to apply the textures and stuff. So let's say you don't have any texture on the can, and your basic can looks like this. So you just go to your shader editor, press Shift A, press on Image Texture, select that and plug it into the base color. Open wherever you have saved the texture. Your texture should look something like this. You can find textures online for most of the products. And once you apply it, it should look something like this. In case your texture does not look the way it is supposed to look on the can, you can go ahead and UV unwrap it. So go to your UV editor, select the model, press tab to go into edit mode, and then just click U. And since this is a cylinder, you would do cylinder projection. And if you don't know how to project it, just click on Smart UV Project and it would automatically select the edges for you. So since we have that, we're going to skip that step. And this is how the can model looks like. Let's go to the shading. And if you see right now, if I unplug this, there is no like imperfection on the surface and the surface looks like a plain metallic object. But when we add droplets, we want it to look slightly like a chilled can, and we want to show that it's cold. So we'll add in a surface imperfection. I get most of them from CG Bookcase. If you go to textures and go to surface imperfections, you will find a bunch of textures here. My favorite one is the fingerprint texture, and this is how the map looks like. Once you download it, press Shift A, add in another image texture, and just plug it into the roughness. And now select the location wherever you've placed it. And as you can see, we have some surface imperfections on this. It's not too much, but you can see that uh, there is slight changes on the surface, and that is how we want it. Now we'll just plug the base color back in. And if you go to the shading, I'll switch to cycles, GPU compute, and I'll use an HDRI for this. So select whatever HDRIs you have. That looks good for me. And I'm gonna remove the background. So I need a transparent background. So you go to film and select transparent. Perfect. So that is how the can model looks like. And we don't have any droplets. So let's go and add the droplets quickly. Select geometry nodes and just use your mouse and close this tab. All right. So now just click on new. You will see that we have two nodes. One is the input and one is the output. And we are just going to place 4 to 5 basic nodes. And also, before you begin, make sure that you have no modifiers over here. If you have any modifiers, then just apply the modifiers. Otherwise, it's gonna behave in a weird manner. So I've applied all the modifiers. Press Shift A and add in distribute points to faces. Yep, add that. You will see that the mesh has disappeared, but we have these small diamond-like structures, and that's okay for now. We'll fix it later. Press Shift A, add in points to volume, and place it over here. And the third node that we need is volume to mesh. There we go. Now just make sure that the resolution is set from grid to amount. Okay. And under the distribute points on faces from random, we're going to change this to Poisson disk. All right. Now press Shift A, add in another node as a random value, and just plug this into the radius. And this is most of our node setup for now. So let's play along with the minimum distance. The minimum distance is the distance between the droplets. So if you keep it too much, they are going to be too far away. If you keep it too little, the droplets are going to be close by. And first of all, this mesh looks very weird, so let's fix that. We don't need such big droplets. So the minimum and the maximum values are the values of the droplets. So I'm going to put a small value as 0.002. And for the max value, I'm going to put something as zero point 0.1. You can see that the size of the droplets has reduced significantly. And the max density is the amount of droplets you want in the scene. So if you put something as 400, there are going to be more droplets. If you put 100, it's going to be less. I'll crank the voxel to 200 and the voxel amount here to 240. So after adjusting all the values, I found out that these values work best for me, but it is totally going to depend on your object and the mesh that you have. So you can see these values and you can experiment with them yourself. Now it's time to bring back the CAN model. So press Shift A, join geometry, and simply plug the input over here. You will see that the CAN has appeared again. And now if you go to your material shader, you can see that the droplets are there, but we need to apply a material. If you zoom in too much, you can see that it is slightly boxy and we need a smooth droplet. So press Shift A and set shade smooth. Plug this over here. And now we have a smooth geometry on the droplets. And now we need to set a material for the droplets. So for that, go to the materials, add in a new material, name it water droplets, and make the roughness to 0, the index of refraction to be 1.33, and just make the transmission all the way to 1. Perfect. Now you will notice that the droplets don't change the color. That is because we need to set the value over here. So press Shift A and select Set Material, plug this over here. And now under the material, simply select the water droplets material. You will see that it has applied the material. Let's go and check this in our render preview. You can see that we have all the droplets and it is less at the moment. You can fix this by increasing the number of the droplets, in reducing the distance and playing around with that. You can also change the size of the droplets. Don't need it that big, zero point 0.1 or zero point 0.05. You can play with the threshold and the adaptivity values, and that way you can have the droplets intersecting with each other. And if we view this in the shader, this is how it looks like. So if you want your droplets to intersect, look bigger in size, or elongated droplets, you can play with the adaptivity. But this is how to obtain the droplets in an easy manner. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a like, as that motivates me to make more such videos. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button for more such Blender tutorials.